Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel for another video. Hope you all are doing good. So today I am with this is my Hunter 350 Dapper Grey edition that I got back in March itself. 2 months are already done, first servicing is also done, and now it's time to talk about the pros and cons or my experience that I have with the motorcycle for the past 2 months. So if somebody new is looking for the Hunter 350 to buy it for themselves, then you should definitely check this video out, or you can share it someone else who you think are interested in buying the Hunter 350, because I will be talking about the pros and cons of the Hunter 350 from an ownership point of view, and I think this video will definitely help you guide if the Hunter 350 is a perfect motorcycle for you or not. But before moving forward and talking about details about the motorcycle, about its pros and cons, do like, share and comment in this video. That really helps me a lot. And also, if you're new to this channel, do subscribe to the channel and press the bell notification icon to get notified for future updates. With that said, let's now get started. So I've actually made a list of all the factors or points that I want to talk about the Hunter 350. So firstly, I will talk about the pros that I have experienced with the motorcycle for the past 2 months, and then I will talk about all the cons that are related to the Hunter 350, which are my personal experience that I want to share with you guys. So let's now start talking about the pros of the Hunter 350. So starting with the pros of the Hunter 350, the very first good thing that I want to talk about the Hunter 350 is its pricing and the styling. Under 2 lakh rupees, 350cc motorcycle from Royal Enfield, that is amazing. Royal Enfield has really priced the Hunter 350 well, because there are 3 models available of Hunter 350. The lower spec model is called the retro variant that comes with wide spoke wheel. The top spec variants are the metro variants. This is the mid spec variant because it comes with single tone color on the tank, and but gets dual channel ABS and alloy wheels. So this one costed me 1,91,000 back in March on road that I'm talking. And if you consider the base spec variant, the ex showroom price is around 1,50,000 rupees, which is really very cheap when you look into other 350cc motorcycles. So Royal Enfield has done a really very great thing in terms of pricing of this motorcycle. And if you go for the top spec variant, then that one will cost you around 1,96,000, like around 6,000 more than the Dapper variant, because there in the top spec variant you will get the dual tone color scheme on the tank, and also the decals are different on the side panels and as such. Other than that, mechanically all the motorcycle are same in terms of engine and chassis, but yeah, there is difference in wheel size and also brakes, because the alloy wheel variant, the metro variant, comes with dual channel ABS. So these are all the specs. Now moving forward and talking about the styling, this bike looks amazing. Retro modern design under 2 lakh rupees. I think it's one of the coolest looking motorcycle in its segment, and when I compare it with other Royal Enfield also, I think this is the coolest looking motorcycle in this price range, like around 2 lakh to 2,10,000 rupees. I really love it, and it does resembles the styling of Triumph Speed Twin. So in some sort of way it looks like a baby Triumph Speed Twin, and this was my very reason that I got this motorcycle, because nobody will tell you that this motorcycle looks bad. Just look at it from the front with that round shape halogen headlight, round indicators, the offset meter console looks amazing. Timeless design, that teardrop shaped tank, that is also amazing. And also you will get lots of color option with the Hunter 350, which is also a really very good thing. The exhaust on the side also looks amazing, and it sounds amazing in stock, that I will show you in a few moments. Now coming to the rear, again round shape LED tail light goes with the whole design of the motorcycle. So big thumbs up to Royal Enfield for designing such a amazing looking motorcycle, because I really love it. I don't know what you guys may think, but yeah, I'm more into retro modern design. One more thing that you should know about the Hunter 350 is that it has won the prestigious Indian Motorcycle of the Award back in January 2023. So there must be something special about this motorcycle. So moving forward and talking about the second good thing that I feel about the Hunter 350 is the platform that it is based on. So the Hunter 350 based on the J series platform, which is a tried and tested platform from Royal Enfield. So it has been carried over from the Meteor 350 and also the Classic 350. So it gets the same sort of engine, the J349cc engine, because the series number is J349. It's written there in the block itself or here also. So amazing little engine, 349cc, makes roughly around 21 PS of power and 27 Nm of torque. very less vibrations when you compare with previous generation UC engine. Then comes with 5-speed manual gearbox, but there is no slip and assist clutch. That I will talk when I move forward in the video, because that is a little bit of con here. But other than that, amazing little motor. You will never feel there is lack of power while riding this motorcycle. Also, because of its how it's designed, it is a very easy to ride motorcycle, and courtesy to that goes to the chassis also. The double down tube spine frame chassis that has been carried over from the J series platform of the Meteor 350 and the Classic 350 makes it a very good handler. So that is also a really very great thing about this motorcycle. It looks good, it rides well, because in terms of city riding condition, this is amazing. You can zip through traffic because the engine produces lots of power. So yeah, that is a really very great thing about the motorcycle. Two more good things about the engine of the Hunter 350 is that the fuel economy that it offers. So the Hunter 350 comes with a 13-liter fuel tank, and the average fuel economy that the engine offers is around 35 kilometers per liter when you are riding in highway. And in city riding condition, considering traffic and your riding style, it will run you around 28 to 30 kilometers per liter easily. I am like getting around 30 to 32 kilometers per liter in city, and in highway definitely 35 kilometers per liter till now I am getting. And after the first servicing, I am definitely getting 35 kilometers per liter out in the city. So yeah, in terms of fuel economy, the Hunter 350 is really very good. And also with full tank of fuel in highway riding condition, this bike will definitely offer you like around 400-500 kilometers range really very easily. So that is really very good thing. And the second good thing about the engine that I want to talk about is the exhaust note. So in stock condition also, the Hunter 350 sounds really very good. Let me just switch on the motorcycle and then show you how the exhaust note of the Hunter 350 is. So turning on the ignition and cranking on the motor, let me just accelerate and then show you how good the exhaust note is. So there you can see little bit of pops and crackles are made by the engine itself, and this exhaust note is like stock condition, and in stock condition also the Hunter 350 sounds really very amazing. So that is a really very good thing that I think Royal Enfield has done with the exhaust note of the Hunter 350. Another third good point about the Hunter 350 that makes it a really very good handler is the suspension setup and the wheel size, and also the brakes. So the front forks are 41 mm, and as you can see down there, if the camera is doing justice, then these front forks are from Showa with 130 mm of travel, and this gives a really very good riding experience when you are out even on the highways, because this makes the motorcycle really very nimble. And also courtesy goes to the J series platform because of this chassis, and the rear no branding is done. But yeah, overall talking about the suspension setup, the suspension setup is really very stiff. The front end is good enough for comfort, but the rear end is really very stiff. You will definitely feel jerks in your back while going through potholes and undulated parts. The reason behind giving stiff suspension is to make it a really very good handler. But yeah, rear suspension could have been improved. But other than that, there is also another reason for keeping the rear suspension, because the Hunter 350 doesn't have a really very good ground clearance. It has just 150 mm of ground clearance, so that the bike doesn't bottom up. The rear suspension or overall the whole suspension is kept very stiff. When I talk about very stiff, it's really very stiff. You can definitely feel the stiff suspension, but I don't have any problem with stiff suspension because that makes it a really very good handling motorcycle. Around corners you have confidence, and if you use some good rubber or good tire installed to the Hunter 350, then you will have more confidence while going through the corners. Now the other thing that I want to talk about is the brakes. So the front disc is a 300 mm unit and the rear disc is 270 mm unit. Dual channel ABS on this Metro variant. Really very good brakes. The front brake has good bite. It's really very progressive. Rear bite is like lacking, but yeah, again ABS is there, so there is nothing much to complain about the brakes. And overall really very good experience. But yeah, tires doesn't give you really very good experience when you go over wet surface. These are Seat tires, and talking about tires, the front is 110/70/17, and talking about the rear tire section, it's 140 70 17. So the fourth good point about the Hunter 350 is the seat height and the weight. So in stock setup, Hunter 350 comes with a 790 seat height, so that is low even for short riders like around 5'3", 5'4", 5'5". People who have this kind of height can also easily put their both feet in the ground, and that is really very crucial when you ride a motorcycle in city traffic condition. Then comes the weight. So Hunter 350, the metro variant, weighs 181 kgs curb, and the lower spec variant that comes with wire spoke wheel weighs 177 kgs, that is much lighter. But don't think that this is one of the lightest motorcycle in the segment, but yeah, this is one of the lightest Royal Enfield that Royal Enfield has ever made till now, and that really makes it very manageable. So with a low seat height of 790 and a low weight of around 181 kgs curb weight, the bike is really very manageable even for new riders. But don't be in this perception that this is a very light motorcycle. With full tank of fuel and fully accessorized motorcycle like with crash guards and luggage, it will still weigh around 200 kgs, which is a thing to keep in mind. But compared to other motorcycles or other Royal Enfield motorcycle specifically, this is relatively very lightweight motorcycle, and with that low seat height, it is really very easy to manage in city condition, even for new riders or even for short riders. So I think that is a great thing about the Hunter 350. Now talking few more things about the seat is that the cushioning of the stock seat is really very good. It is well padded, and also for the pillion the cushioning is good, but the pillion seat is little bit on the shorter side. The overall seat is short, but for the rider it's really very good. But even if you think that the stock seat height is higher for you, then you can opt for a custom seat which has a much lower seat height. And also if you are a much taller rider and think that the stock seat is too low for you, then you can opt for bench seat. With the installation of the bench seat, the seat height will increase to 810 and for tall riders that will be really very comfortable, I think so, and you will have much more leverage to move with the bench seat, and that gives some sort of scrambler type of appearance to the Hunter 350. But again, for installing those seats, it will cost you additional 4,500 rupees for both the seat. It's same, but one thing is that yeah, customization option is available with the Hunter 350 for this seat, and that is also genuine product from Royal Enfield, and which I think is a really very great thing to have. Now the fifth good point related to the Hunter 350 is the service cost. So Royal Enfield motorcycles always have a myth that they are not really very easy to maintain and the service cost is always high. Not with the Hunter 350, because this is based on the J series platform, and Royal Enfield has done some great work with the J series platform, and as such the service cost is really very low, and it is not really very hard to maintain this motorcycle, and the service cost will not make a hole in your pocket. So my first servicing has already been done, and the first service is due in 500 kilometers, and it costed me 1632 rupees. You can check the bill here in the screen itself. So the thing is that they changed the oil, and also they changed some few more things like a service kit is added, and you can check the bill here how much it cost. So location wise the service cost will change. In Jorhat it costed me 1632 rupees, and as such in the second service due is in 5000 kilometers, but in 5000 kilometers I don't have to change anything, neither I have changed the engine oil. Only a top up will be done if it's required. Again I have to change the oil and add the service kit in 10,000 kilometers, and I think that is really very great when it comes to maintenance and the service cost of Royal Enfield, because running a 350cc motorcycle for 10,000 kilometers without servicing is really very great thing that Royal Enfield has done, and it will not make a hole in your pocket maintaining the Hunter 350. So you can definitely look for this motorcycle if you are thinking to buy a 350cc motorcycle or any other 350cc retro modern motorcycle. So definitely you can check the Hunter 350, and this I am saying after my experience with the motorcycle for the past 2 months. Now the very last good thing that I want to talk about the Hunter 350 is its customization option. So first up, there is huge range of color option that you can choose from if you want to buy the Hunter 350. Then there comes other parts or genuine parts from Royal Enfield itself that you can install to your motorcycle to make it look unique or apart from other Hunter 350s. So there are indicators, LED indicators, which you can install later. Then there is a fly screen there. Also there is a backrest for the pillion seat there. Then different sorts of seats like custom seat and also bench type seat is there. and obviously more sorts of things like a sum guard and also different sorts of crash guards are there from the Royal Enfield genuine parts itself. So yeah, lots of customization option. Like even if you don't want to install the genuine Royal Enfield parts, the aftermarket parts availability for Hunter 350 is also really very good. And as such, I have installed this Mototok crash guard. Really very good crash guard, comes in the range of the genuine Royal Enfield crash guard, and also I get sliders here that will protect the bike if I somehow drop it. So yeah, installation video of the Mototok crash guard, how I got it, from where I got it, and how I installed it is already there in the channel. You can check it out in the I button here. So I think I have covered all the good points about the Hunter 350, and if I have left points, then do mention in the comment section below. I will try to reply to every single comment or every single query you have about the Hunter 350. So let's now move forward and talk about the cons that are related to the Hunter 350 that I've experienced in the past 2 months. So the very first bad thing that I want to talk about the Hunter 350 are the lighting. So even after paying 1,91,000, every single light in the Hunter 350 Metro variant is halogen, and the only LED light that you will get to see on the Hunter 350 is in the Metro variant are the rear tail light and the number plate light. So the rear tail light is LED, the number plate light is LED. Other than that, every single light is halogen. I've upgraded the indicators to LED because the genuine Royal Enfield indicators were costing like around 4,500 rupees. So I upgraded this to LED by myself. The video of that is in the channel. You can check it out in the I button here, and under 1,000 rupees LED indicators sorted. Now talking about the headlight itself, in city riding condition, the headlight performance is good enough because most of the time you will be in lower beam, but the problem arises when you go for highway rides at night. If there is oncoming traffic, then the headlight seriously fails in providing visibility to the rider. So that is a really very serious issue, and I don't think Royal Enfield will ever give the Hunter 350 with LED lighting under 2 lakh rupees. The pricing will definitely increase if you want LED lighting with Hunter 350. So the only solution is that you have to install auxiliary lights, or you can upgrade the stock headlight with LED bulb, but again that will cost you like around 4 to 5,000 rupees extra. So I think that is a con. The next bad thing that I've experienced with the Hunter 350 is that it is a scratch magnet. So what Royal Enfield have done is that they've used lots of fiber parts with the Hunter 350 to make the Hunter 350 a lightweight machine, but my problem is not with the fiber but the quality of the paint used over the fibers. And as such, this front fender is fiber, the side panels are fiber, and you can see lots of sword marks have already gone into the parts here. And I've not even done like 1,000 kilometers in the motorcycle, and even then there are lots of scratches. So the only solution to protect the Hunter 350 from scratch is to get a paint protection film done, or PPF in short. And if you do that from a good shop, then it will cost you like around 10,000 rupees for a motorcycle like Hunter 350. So again, additional 10,000 rupees you have to pay. So my recommendation for Royal Enfield, if they are listening from a small YouTuber like me, is that to improve the clear coat quality of the fiber parts, or improve the fiber parts. Now the next bad thing that I want to talk about the Hunter 350 is related to the handlebar. So yeah, there are the switch gears, the controversial switch gear. Obviously I'm not a big fan of the switch gear, but I don't want to talk about the switch gears now. Some may like it, some may not like it. I am not really very big fan of these rotary type switch gears. I prefer conventional switch gears. Other than that, switch gears are fine with me, but problem is with the handlebar. So the handlebar is really very flat, giving it a good posture over the motorcycle, like good command over the motorcycle, but the footrest for the riders are center set. So as such, the riding position for city riding condition is good enough, but for highway riding condition it is not really very comfortable, the handlebar position. And as such, if you are going for long rides, then after 100 kilometers you will start feeling pain in your wrist and your shoulders. So the only solution to make the ride comfortable in a Hunter 350 is to install some handlebar risers that you have to install it here itself or here. So yeah, the next video I'll be making about the upgrading or installing handlebar risers to my Hunter 350. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, do subscribe it and press the bell notification icon to get notified when I upload that video. Now moving forward and talking about other con that I faced with the Hunter 350 is that it doesn't have any slipper clutch. There is no problem while riding it in highway or even in little bit of traffic in city, but the problem arises in bumper to bumper traffic. The clutch is really on the heavier side. As you can see, it's on the heavier side, so in bumper to bumper traffic you will definitely start feeling pain in your left wrist while riding the Hunter 350. The same goes with the Meteor 350 and also the Classic 350. Now moving forward and talking about the very next point, and it's related to the engine itself. So this is something that will be nitpicking, not a con really, because it's related to the engine heating issue. So there is no engine heating issue in this Hunter 350, but yeah, many people are talking about that the engine heats up pretty fast. I have noticed that, but yeah, I don't think that is a issue, because this is a 350cc motor. It is bound to get heat up pretty fast because this is a big motor, obviously long stroke, and as such, and also the tuning on the Hunter 350 engine is done differently when compared to the Meteor 350 and Classic Reborn. So it has a much crispier response. It revs faster when compared to Meteor 350 engine and Classic Reborn 350 engine. So as such, yeah, in bumper to bumper traffic it does get heats up pretty fast, but that is not an issue. In highway riding condition you will not even feel any heat coming to your leg from this engine, because you don't have to think about that. Royal Enfield has done great job with the engine. So yeah, the heating issue is like in nitpicking if I have to like consider it while talking about the cons of Hunter 350. Now the very next thing that I want to talk about the Hunter 350 is the meter console. So yeah, there is cons related to the meter console of the Hunter 350 also. So this is an analog and digital unit that has been carried over from the Meteor 350. So this same unit can be also seen in the Scram 3 and also the new Super Meteor 650. Royal Enfield shares most of their meter console with most of their lineup. So problem with the meter console is that mostly I love it because this is an analog unit. I love analog units because there is no issue with visibility, and as such, even in direct sunlight, really very nicely visible. In dark condition it is amazing. It looks really very nice when it's dark. And yeah, the center MID here displays or shows most of the vital information, like there is the fuel meter, then time, gear shift position indicator, odometer, then there is the trip A, trip B, all those sorts of things are there. Also ABS light, other telltale lights are there, but there are few missing points, like side stand indicator is not there, because Hunter 350 comes with side stand cutoff switch there, but there is no side stand indicator. As such, sometimes you may forget the side stand and you keep cranking the motor and it will not start whatever you do if you don't take up the side stand. So yeah, I think with future updates side stand indicator will be included into the meter console. And also since the meter console is placed to this side, from rider's point of view, this portion here looks like really very odd, because there used to be a tripper meter, but due to chip shortage, tripper meter is now not provided. Like from the factory itself, you have to buy it separately for 5,000 rupees. And as such, I don't think that is really very useful, because you can put a mobile holder, use your mobile as or smartphone as a GPS navigator. But due to the offset meter console, it gives the bike some sort of scrambler type of look. But again, this is not a scrambler motorcycle. This is Hunter 350 is just a city riding motorcycle, and also you can do highway touring in this motorcycle. So now the very last con about the Hunter 350 that I want to talk about is related to the rear tire. So the rear tire is really very good. It looks nice because of the section 140 section rear tire from the back. It looks amazing, but the problem is with the rear fender. So you can see there is lots of gap here, as you can see, and as such, if you go over any wet surfaces, the rear tire splashes a lots of mud and debris into the back portion of the seat here, and whoever sitting here, or even if you're sitting here, you are bound to ruin your back with the splashes from the rear tire. because the way the fender is designed, there is huge amount of gap, and to prevent that, there is only one solution. You have to install a tire hugger. Royal Enfield will never give those sorts of things with your motorcycle, so you have to install it by yourself. But even then, Royal Enfield should provide a tire hugger, as they have designed the motorcycle from the rear in such way. Other than that, it looks cool, it looks amazing. So those are about all the pros and cons of the Hunter 350, and I think I have covered all the points. So if I have missed any, do mention in the comment section below. I will definitely try to reply to every single comment and also clear out if you have any query about the Hunter 350. So lastly, I want to talk few more things, is that no matter what, not a single motorcycle in this world is perfect, even though litter class motorcycle have their own drawbacks, but you can definitely customize it to your needs, and I think that is okay. So talking about perfect ride, the only thing that matters is that at last, when you buy a motorcycle, sit over it, crank the engine and twist the throttle, and after that, even for a very small moment of time, if that motorcycle is able to make you forget about every single thing in your life, then I think that is your perfect ride. And with me, that actually happened when I went for getting the test ride of the Hunter 350. When I cranked the engine, twist the throttle for a very small moment of time, I feel like connected to the motorcycle, and yeah, it made me forget about various other things. I was so impressed with the motorcycle that I didn't even had a second thought about buying some other motorcycle. I waited for like 1 week, then I went for booking the motorcycle to the showroom again, and by March the bike was with me. And after that, 2 months have passed. I'm really very happy with the motorcycle. Considering about the cons, I can really fix them in over the time, so that is not a really very big deal for me. So with that said, we have come to the end of this video, but before ending, do like, share and comment in this video. That really helps me a lot. And if you're new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and press the bell notification icon to get notified for future updates. And with future updates, the next video will be about installation of handlebar risers to my Hunter 350, so stay tuned for that. So that's it for today. Bye, take care.